When I went to the Fish and Game office to submit my controlled hunt application, the lady at the window was like, are you sure you have the right hunt numbers? All right, the 2020 and 2021 new reg books are up online. They haven't hit store shelves yet. That probably won't happen until later in February. But let's see what it says about turkey hunting. Let's see if we can get in for the spring turkey hunt. The neat thing that they've done with the regs is anytime there's been big changes, they always list them right up at the front. So, see, created a new general youth hunt, expanded special tags, lots more fall turkey hunts, increased length of season, and increased number of tags. Cool. So we will skip on down to the turkey section here. All right, and then again, when you get to the specific section, changes are going to be highlighted. So now for controlled hunts in the spring, you can apply for it and use a permit with a general or an extra turkey tag. All leftovers go on sale April 1st. Cool. So scroll down here, distribution map, youth only, general season, fall. Quite a bit of changes to the fall turkey hunts. Alright, so there's our hunt unit maps. Don't need a youth only. Okay. 2020 spring controlled bearded turkey hunts. So last year our hunts were the 38-1 was 9,009, 9,010. This year it's 9,008, 9,009. Both of them got bumped up to 100 tags. 9,008 is April 15th to the 30th, so that's only 2 weeks. 9,009 is almost the whole month of May. All right, so we're going to fill out our slip here. There we go. I'll put in for just myself because all my hunting buddies have yet to get their hunting license for this year, and I bought a 3-year, so I'm already good to go. So put in your name, your birth date, your hunting license number. You don't have to put your email, but you can. And then down here is going to be 9,008 and 9,009. We will grab one of our old reg books and cut this out of it, fill it out, and take it to the Fish and Game office so we can get put in for the controlled hunts. Okay, everybody, so I just stopped at the Fish and Game office, the headquarters here in Boise, and turned in my controlled hunt application, paid my $625. I was going to record the process to show how painless it is, but there was a few other people in the lobby, and there was some guys that were figuring out how they were going to do some remodeling over the holiday weekend, so I didn't record in there. But I'm in. We're going to hopefully get drawn. I've talked to a couple other buddies that say they're all going to put in for the same hunt too. The nice thing about it is they've bumped up the tag numbers. Last year it was like 50 and 75 for the 2 controlled hunt areas, or the 2 controlled hunts for that same area. This year both of them are at 100. So odds are a little better of getting drawn, and now I'm going to hang out over here by the green belt behind the Fish and Game office and eat my lunch and then head back to work. When I went to the Fish and Game office to submit my controlled hunt application, the lady at the window was like, are you sure you have the right hunt numbers? And I go, yeah, I looked at the new regs online. She goes, okay, then you've got the right numbers. And I mentioned to her that the new regs don't have maps of the controlled hunts. And she's like, well, what do you mean? And so we opened the new reg book, and I said, see, it just shows the map of Idaho with the game units, and then blue is general season and no color is closed. There is no season. And then I had one map for spring and one map for fall. And she's like, well, that's kind of odd. And I grabbed one of the old books off of their shelf and flipped to it to show her. See, you've got all these different colors for all the different controlled hunts. And I mean, it included the general season in there as well as the ones that don't have a season. But still, I mean, spring and fall, they're in there. So she's like, okay, that's good to know. I'll make sure I mention that to the group that works on these so that they can get that fixed. I would assume they've already gone to print. They usually have the new regs in stores by like maybe the last week of February. Hopefully they didn't mess that up on all of their controlled hunts, but I haven't looked at any of the other regs to see. But yeah, so I'm put in for the controlled hunt. My couple of my buddies that I've talked to about doing this hunt, neither of them have bought their licenses yet for this year. I got a 3-year license, so I was good to go. But yeah, we'll see what happens. They say that if you put in with 2 of you on the same application, that it increases your odds, because if one of you get drawn, then both of you get drawn. But that's never worked for me in the past, so flying solo, do a one-man wolf pack this spring, and if my buddies get lucky, they get lucky, and if not, then hopefully I do. We'll see how turkey hunting with Kaya Equina works out. Growing up, turkey hunting consisted of, if you found the turkeys, I mean, you didn't even necessarily have to be in camo, but you just hide in the bushes, and when they come out, start pecking around in the fields, you'd shoot one. Or if you were in like an oak hammock or hardwood somewhere, and the turkeys came through, you'd jump out and scare them, and then sit down. I mean, the turkeys would scatter and go all different directions, but then you sit down and start just kind of clucking and purring. All of them typically will come back to you. One, because anytime an animal gets scared by something, they want to know what it was, and they typically circle back to try and figure out what it was that scared them. That's how they learn. That's how they figure out things to avoid and all that kind of stuff. And when they hear other turkeys in that same area, it kind of gives them a sense of relief of, oh, well, whatever was there that was scary is now gone because I can hear other turkeys are eating. So, I mean, that same tactic can apply. It really depends on the terrain and the turkeys and what kind of a hunt you want to have, I guess. So we'll see. I mean, I've still got the wingbone turkey calls from Thanksgiving. I usually make those and give them away to people, just kind of a fun thing. If you've never seen a wingbone turkey call, check out my other video on that of how to make them, and I actually use it and compare it to a slate and a box call. So they're pretty neat. I mean, it's not anything, I don't know that it's any better or worse than store-bought calls, but hey, I mean, it's 4 bones out of a whole bird that would otherwise get thrown out. So yeah, sure, why not use them? Remember, life and time wait for no man, so get cracking.